What we saying, everyone? It's your boy Jordan, aka Joe's Reacts, and welcome back to the latest reaction channel on YouTube. Urban the rhythm, the vibes, and the positive energy every day, not fail. The holds the first reaction today is react to Miley Cyrus on the 20th anniversary, coming through with Younger You, which is a fire performance. And now we're going to react to Raye with one of her new tunes from the new album that she's released. This album will give you hope or something like that, but on a new tune called right now called the WhatsApp Shakespeare. So I've chose this tune right now because this title really comes through kind of like, I don't know, it's like the WhatsApp Shakespeare. I feel like it's going to be an interesting tune right now that's going to come through with a unique kind of story, whilst also some unique kind of lyrics that Raye can really come through talking to us, whilst also singing to us in a beautiful way about a WhatsApp Shakespeare. So someone that's really good at typing, you know what I'm saying, which I feel like I can relate to because I'm more of a typer than rather someone that rings people, you know what I'm saying. I'm more of a texter than a phone call type of person, so I feel like I could be like the Shakespeare WhatsApp person, you know what I'm saying. But it's going to be an interesting tune right now. I'm going off the last reaction, Click Clack Symphony. I feel like this album right now is going to come through with some fire tunes. So if there's any more tunes off this album that you do want to react to, let me know in the comments. But I say we get straight to this reaction, and I hope you'll enjoy it. And before we get straight to this reaction, if you do want to help support me and my family, I'd be greatly appreciated, because we're still looking for a new place to live, so I'm trying to save up as much money as I can to make that as easy as possible. So if you two want to contribute, the ways to do so is a GoFundMe, or you can use the PayPal if you want to keep updated. We've got a vlogging channel and a gaming channel. But I say we get straight to this reaction. Hope we enjoy it. Hope have a great day. Have a better week. Let's get into it and let's go. Bye. Right, it's the WhatsApp Shakespeare by Raye. Let's get into this right now. Let's see what it's all about and let's go. Bye.
Once upon a time there was a girl and there was a son. Oh, and her name was Eve, and she took a bite from the apple. And the story ain't this dissimilar. Many moons later, she'd be deceived by a very own traitor, and he wouldn't even my type on paper. So sweet poetry.
She got betrayed by another traitor, but he isn't even my type on paper. Damn. So she's talking about Adam and Eve, talking about how Eve got betrayed. Okay, it's an interesting tune right now, and that little fast piano as well. Tell you what, the instrumentals throughout this album are definitely going to come through sounding so fire, but it's an interesting tune right now, I'm telling you. I knew this was going to come through some unique storytelling vibes. Let's go.
Once upon a time there was a girl and there was a serpent. Oh, and her name was Eve, and she took a bite from the apple. And the story ain't this dissimilar. Many moons later, she'd be deceived by a very own traitor, and he wouldn't even my type on paper. So sweet poetry he would write. The WhatsApp Shakespeare killer we call him. Lies to climb into your bedroom door. Now you're fighting for your life on your bedroom floor, and then devil did send him. Hot up blue black venom. My mother knew when she met him. Over sheep's clothes.
And that blue venom, and she never knew when she met him. Hey, a little bit of a switch to the floor right there. Damn, Raye's coming through, hitting every little bit of this beat right now, especially that piano. Let's go.
And he wouldn't even my type on paper. So sweet poetry he would write. The WhatsApp Shakespeare killer we call him. Lies to climb into your bedroom door. Now you're fighting for your life on your bedroom floor, and then devil did send him. Hot up blue black venom. My mother knew when she met him. Over sheep's clothes, oh, but in this case denim. Cold blood venom.
Aye, but something in sheep's clothes, but that sheep's clothes is denim. Okay, so coming through saying that you're kind of like following the crowd in a way by wearing what other people are wearing. I'm not quite sure. She's really coming through, getting a little bit in depth right now, and this is getting a little bit deep for me right here, because she's really coming through with a little bit of like that snappy aggression in a way. Let's go.
Knew when she met him. Over sheep's clothes, oh, but in this case denim. Cold blood venom. Oh, I want them on the ghost of her daughter. Lead me in like a lamb to the slaughter. Yeah. Sounds very dramatic, don't it? A modern day tragedy, I call it. It's a true story.
Oh, it feels like a tragedy, don't it? But it's a true story. Hey. Okay, so she knows how tragic this is sounding right now, but it's a true story. I think this is like, I don't know, maybe like Raye coming through with her mother's perspective of herself. I'm not quite sure. She's talking about this is the version of her daughter or something. Let's go.
Like a lamb to the slaughter, yeah. Sounds very dramatic, don't it? A modern day tragedy, I call it. It's a true story. Oh, how he romance. On me, he WhatsApp. Call me with a wherefore or the true love. He strikes again. Oh, he's a cursive kisser. He romance. On me.
But he's a cursive kisser, so he's the one that always sends kisses on the text messages. Okay. Now, this is interesting right now. That little piano, that keeps on throwing me off because it's just really like, it's just fitted in so perfectly. But these lyrics right now are just coming through, just being like so snappy with it. It's hard for me to catch up and really think about what she's saying. Let's go.
Oh, he's a cursive kisser.
I like that. You get a little text message notification and he's a cursive kisser. God damn, and here he comes again. Alright, let's go.
He strikes again. Oh, he's a cursive kisser. He romance. On me, on me, on me. Wrong, you know. I was a fool to love you. Juliet must run. Juliet must vanish. Cut him off savage, he must be banished. WhatsApp Shakespeare cannot.
Oh, the WhatsApp Shakespeare cannot. So she cuts him off and now she's a savage. But the WhatsApp Shakespeare something. Let's go. I like that right there. You got to cut him off because he's taking advantage. Let's go.
I was still breathing, baby, just barely. Grandma had to bring her Bible. Said I wanna hunt him down, but only Jesus can save him now. Like Lazarus, I did right. Miracle she could survive. Lost accent in the dead of the night when the light in her eyes left with him. Hostess earrings, go get him.
Oh, something earrings must go get him. Aye, okay. She's really coming through where she's like getting deeper and deeper in this tune right now. Only Jesus can save him. Feeling like Nazareth, you know what I'm saying? Okay.
Grandma had to bring her Bible. Said I wanna hunt him down, but only Jesus can save him now. Like Lazarus, I did right. Miracle she could survive. Lost accent in the dead of the night when the light in her eyes left with him. Hostess earrings, go get him. Oh, mother would then mourn the ghost of her daughter. Lead me in like a lamb to the slaughter. Yeah. Sounds very dramatic, don't it? A modern day tragedy, I call it. Not with thy flesh, but with thy words he would. Romance, on me, on me, on me, he wants us. Call me with a wherefore art thou true love. He strikes again. Oh, he's a cursive kisser. He romance, on me, on me, on me. Wrong, you know. I was a fool to love you. Juliet must run. Juliet must vanish. Cut off savage, he must be banished. WhatsApp Shakespeare cannot. Run, Juliet, run. Silence on notifications. Forward this text to at least 10 people thinking I plead from night on. His weapons of mass seduction. My midsummer night met down. End up like me. He's still out there.
Ooh, them little notes. And okay. It's an interesting tune right now, but I'm finding it hard to understand what she's talking about. I really am inside this tune right now because the instrumentals are so loud. It's kind of like blocking out her voice a little bit and the way that I can kind of understand what she's saying. Like, she's singing with so much like vocals and so much kind of like rhythm behind the voice that it's hard to really pick out what she's saying and really understand what she's saying, you know what I'm saying? But maybe that's because I can't relate to it too much, but also I just feel like I'm not really catching the words that I'm supposed to be catching because of the instrumentals being so kind of like in your face a little bit, you know what I'm saying? That's just kind of my criticism right there about this tune. The instrumentals are a little bit too like in your face, and I feel like I need to hear Raye a little bit more, and I'm hearing too much of the instrumentals. But either way, it's still a beautiful tune, and her voice is sounding beautiful on this, and what she's talking about is real, but it's a little bit too real for me to kind of like catch on and trying to understand it as it goes on, you know what I'm saying? But this is a fire tune either way, so let's get back into it and let's go.
Silence on notifications. Forward this text to at least 10 people.
Hey, silence them notifications and we forward that text so we can release him. Hey, that is fire right there. You've got to silence them notifications because when he's a William Shakespeare WhatsApp texter, you know what I'm saying? He's going to be texting you all the time, so you've got to turn off their notifications, put yourself on Do Not Disturb, and you won't have to worry about kind of thinking about what he or she's trying to say, you know what I'm saying? Let's go.
Juliet must run. Juliet must vanish. Cut him off savage, he must be banished. WhatsApp Shakespeare cannot. Run, Juliet, run. Silence on notifications. Forward this text to at least 10 people thinking I plead.
I like that. People, please. So beautiful. Let's go.
His weapons of mass seduction. My midsummer night met dawn. End up like me. He's still out there. Romeo Ford, he's a 6'2", sick mother, 5 months minimum recovery from a sweet lie to the all-out Shakespearean voice notary. Though I'd like to clarify, no one did die in the story, but I didn't side when I found out I was one of 7 of the leading ladies.
Damn, I didn't die, but I found out that I was one of the 7 leading ladies. So she did die inside that relationship, you know what I'm saying? Because she found out she wasn't the only one. God damn.
Alright, in the new romantic thriller.
Yeah.
Ooh, he's a cursive kisser.
Damn.
He puts up, call me. Wherefore, art thou?
Ooh.
Chill out.
Chill out. Ooh, I'm liking the way this tune is switching right now. This is fire. Right, let's get back into this and let's go. Let's get to the end of it because this is getting beautiful right now. Going through with a jazzy type of feel, going through with that kind of like when they're kicking the legs up in the air like that. You know what I mean? Like, if I do it fair, I feel like Mr. Bean right now. Just let's get back into this and let's go.
Once I lived in the palm of his hand. And at the time, how could I understand? Why now I ask you to forward this message or face 7 months sadness. You better run. Stick it to the mat. You better run while you...
I love that. You better run, stick it to the mat, and then the beat kicks in and gets faster. Okay.
Why now I ask you to forward this message or face 7 months sadness. You better run.
7 months
Stick it to the
sadness.
mat. You better run while you can. Fat you who's outside. Must learn all of their time. You never must reply. You must take the chance of this fake Prince Charming, aka the works of Shakespeare.
Wow, what a beautiful way to end it. Is that the end? Wow, that was a beautiful way to end that tune right there. Let's go. Wow. I was not expecting that tune to end like that. That was such a fire performance right there. Even though it was hard for me to understand a little bit throughout the middle, but I'm really starting to understand it as you really start to listen. You know what I'm saying? You've really got to like really focus and really like listen to her voice in between the beat, because this beat was really strong and the atmosphere inside this tune was really like taking a hold of you through the instrumentals. But then you've really got to listen to her voice to really understand what she's talking about, and the way that the instrumentals are going so perfectly with what she's saying, especially at the end right there when she's saying you've got to run, and the instrumentals are getting faster and they got a little bit more upbeat, but it felt like there was an orchestra there, you know what I'm saying? Like it felt like I should have been watching a movie, but instead I was listening to Raye coming through, just talking about her life and talking about how she was feeling like she was in love with that one person, but they wasn't really appreciating her, and she could really see that she didn't really like feel her own worth inside that relationship, because this man was really coming through just like cursive texting, you know what I'm saying? Not really put the emotions in real life, but rather put the emotions in through text, you know what I'm saying? So he's a little bit more of like a WhatsApp Shakespeare, whereas only saving the in-depth real emotion, kind of really talking like the best way inside text rather than talking in real life, you know what I'm saying? Which I feel like can really off-put some people because they're really missing that physical connection rather than that social media connection, you know what I'm saying? But that was an interesting tune right there, really coming through, some fire vocals, a great instrumental, and overall a really positive tune. And I really would like to react some more tunes on this album, so if you do want to react some more, let me know in the comments. But I hope you enjoyed this reaction right here, and if you have enjoyed this reaction, if you want to show support, click that HRLY, can be greatly appreciated if you subscribe. If you do want to see some more reactions, YouTube might feel like this one. So stay blessed, stay positive, stay motivated, keep striving to the best version of yourself. See you next reaction, and peace, love and guidance. Bosh.